Our next guest for our daytime roundtable truly practices what he preaches, right? In the past year, I believe, now correct me if I'm wrong, he only created 2 bags of garbage in a full year in his family.
With his whole family, too. It's
that
great.
is unbelievable. So we can really learn a lot from Shawn Williamson, who's also the founder of Pitch in Brooklyn. Welcome to the show.
Okay, quick correction, actually.
Okay.
We're shooting for less than 1, actually. We're
Less
on
than
track.
1.
So.
Wow. So is it true, though, that last year you created 2 bags only?
In calendar 2009, we created 1.2 bags.
So Christian Pritchard put out misinformation about you, Shawn. Sorry.
Okay.
1.2, amazing.
Now, how the heck did you do that?
You know, I can't really put my finger on one thing. You know, myself, I kind of stand back every Tuesday night and kind of wonder how the other people are able to create that many within 2 weeks.
Yeah. Did it start with one day a decision?
Yeah.
Not really any particular day. In fact, well, if there was a day, I think it was about 3 years ago where after Christmas, garbage bag was full and we threw everything out. And then we just kind of, you know, months later, we threw out another bag, and then it was like, well, wait a second, this is the first bag we threw out in, you know, since Christmas. So I had a little Sharpie marker, and I've since then wrote down every time that we've thrown out a bag of garbage. And basically, in the last, well, since the beginning of 2008, we're still on our 3rd bag. So throwing out a bag of garbage.
You deserve a round of applause.
So I saw Shawn speak last year, and the amazing thing is, too, about how you get the kids involved in everything, too. And I, you know, I left after seeing you speak last year, and I thought, I can do that. And, you know, I tried, and you know, I am no means perfect, right? So I'm still attempting
But are you better since you've seen Shawn
speak? Marginally, but I'm still working on it because it's great the way you set it up. Like,
well, and you know, my daughter, she doesn't know any better. You know, quick story: a couple of months ago or something like that, my daughter and I were just playing. She was playing restaurant, and she asked me what I wanted, and I said, what did I say? I said 2 whole chickens and a Coke.
That's Blues Brothers.
Blues Brothers. There you go.
Sorry.
My daughter
falling asleep during that movie.
Well,
sorry.
My daughter said, "What's a Coke?" 6.5 years old, and she didn't know what a Coke is.
I intend on raising my kids
never
that
so
way.
proud of my daughter as I was when she doesn't know what that is.
That's good.
And you know, the longer I can keep it that way, the better. It's not going to happen forever, but that was a good thing.
Sure.
So
wait till she goes to school.
Well, she is in school, but she already knows. But she, you know, we've raised her that way. And she doesn't know any different, really.
Yeah. I discovered chips for the first time in school in grade 1, too. I was like, what is this? I had my Polish accent. What are these things? Yeah. Now, recommendations for day-to-day life then and cutting waste. Zero waste is really your philosophy, your way to go. How can we do that?
Well, I guess the first thing I always say, you know, number one, you know, people say, oh, the 1 bag of garbage and everything like that. It's not just about, you know, garbage, and I don't like to use the word garbage. Garbage is a terrible thing to waste. You know, we put out 1.2 bags of residual materials because all that other stuff goes back into recycling, goes back into composting, goes back into the system. And I guess, you know, if there is just one tip, it is the 3 R's, and it is reduce, reuse, and recycle. So reducing is the #1 thing. That is the biggest bang for the buck because, well, you can't even calculate it because it doesn't involve spending any money.
Yeah, do you think we're buying
money.
too many things and we're buying the wrong products that come with so much extra packaging that isn't necessary?
It's totally the way to go. So, you know, if you do have to buy something, buy it without all that extra packaging. Buy it used. Buy it in bulk. Local farms, all those different things. So, you know, when you're going to get a tomato in the summer and you have to peel that sticker off and then eat a tomato that it's not a tomato really, it's a tomato byproduct. Go to your local farm and buy a real tomato that doesn't have any of that extra stuff in it. It'll not only cut back on the waste, it'll also taste a lot better, it'll be better for your health. It's all those things have a positive spin-off.
How can we encourage organizations and businesses, corporations to use less packaging? I mean, when I go to the store and I buy tea, for instance, there's the box, and then inside there's another packaging, and then each individual tea bag is covered, and it's like, why? You know, what can we do? Can we actually take a stand? And have you attempted such a thing?
Oh, for sure. You know, most people forget that, you know, although voting is not something that you do just every 4 years in November. Voting is something that you do every single day. And when you buy something, you're voting for that company.
You're absolutely right.
And if you take a stand and say, I am not buying this, maybe it's a vote of omission, but if you actually then go to your local store manager and say, hi, see this product? I am not buying this today.
And this is because.
And here's why.
Yeah.
And then just set it down on the counter, walk away. If enough people do that, those things will start to go away.
Brilliant.
Sean, two things though that I was thinking of, like, a lot of big corporations though too. It's what choice do they, like, they're still going to do this. It's become such a marketing tool now, green. And it frightens me as not just a consumer, but like I won't use that term that way, but they're saying like here's something that this is sustainable, but it's not. It's become a movement in advertising for these big companies too.
Yeah.
Don't you find?
Yep. Some companies are guilty of it, and some, unfortunately, that are doing good things are caught up as, oh, I think you're just greenwashing as well. Greenwashing is the term that people use.
Yeah.
There's another term called green muting, where companies that are doing really good stuff, they almost try and keep it under wraps because they'll, if by putting them up there, it's like putting yourself up on a pedestal, somebody's just going to knock you off. When they should be telling that story because others need to know about it.
Who would you say, is there a corporation that you're really proud of that you would say should be up on that pedestal? It's really doing great things.
Some of the companies that have been doing great stuff for years and years.
I'm just curious.
I'll throw out a company, Borax. You've probably all heard of that.
Yeah.
The soap company.
It's the soap company that they make a natural product. They've been making that natural product. It looks exactly the same as it does for the last 100 years.
There it is.
You see it up there on the screen. So what you see there on our screen, those are all the household cleaners we use in our house.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
lemons, was basically, that's Mother Nature.
Yep.
Borax, washing soda, which is just a high-powered baking soda. It's, again, a natural chemical. And then vinegar. Those are really the only things you need to clean your house.
I use them.
So when somebody is saying, we're a natural cleaner, yeah, they might be better than the other, but you don't need to be going there because although it's a natural product, it's probably in a lot of not natural packaging.
With just a few minutes left, I know you're here to talk about two particular events, right? Pitch in Brooklyn and also a 1 minute left. We're so interested in you.
Sorry,
Oh, okay. So tell us about your events. Very
Okay, so actually we've got 3 events going on this weekend, but they're all interrelated. Pitch in Brooklyn is a park cleanup. I'm the founder. This is our 7th year that we're basically getting out and we're cleaning up every single park in Brooklyn. So come to your favorite park in Brooklyn between 9 and 11. At the same time, we're also doing an e-waste collection at St. Leo's Catholic Church in Brooklyn, so anybody can bring out their e-waste. Also, I would suggest that you go to the website dowhatyoucan.ca because there's a lot of other places that'll take back your e-waste. The last and kind of closest to my heart is AfriCycle, which they take used bicycles and they ship them over to Malawi in Africa. So we're running collection pickups for the bicycles in Oshawa, Whitby, and Brooklyn and Pickering.
Fantastic.
So go to, I think it's pitchin-brooklyn.org, and you can get information on all of those different
Sean, we need more
programs.
time with you.
I know. You're interesting.
Great stuff.
You're so great for today's Earth Day show. Thank
Absolutely.
you so much. All
Thank
the
you.
best. Let's all try to create only one
I'm
bag
gonna
of
try.
waste here.
Here's the thing, waste is a verb.
Yeah.
It's not a noun.
Got it.
Hey. All right, we're
Okay.
going to a break. When we come back,
We're gonna have the prize of the week. It's gonna be. It's Greenworks. Come on.